From Daily Trust News Center, this is the News Hour.
Tonight on News Hour, flood destroys 350 houses in 3 Sokoto communities. 3 months to end of his tenure, Osun State Governor announces local council's election in 2 months. Economic turbulence as Nigeria's inflation rate rises to 19.64% in July. Away from Nigeria, William Ruto wins Kenyan presidential election. Hello and welcome to the News Hour on Trust Television. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for joining. Flood has destroyed no fewer than 350 houses and food items in 3 communities in Tangaza local government area of Sokoto State. The spokesman for the State Emergency Management Agency, Abubakar Gani, who confirmed the development, said that several people were rendered homeless in the area. He said that the incident occurred over the weekend. The special advisor to Governor Aminu Tambuwal, who heads the agency, Zubairu Magaji, appealed for timely provision of relief materials to victims, many of whom, he said, had been rendered homeless and without food to eat. Many farming communities and traders in Katsina State have been forced out of business. Some of these residents belong to the set of people who were forced to abandon their businesses after they had used their capital to pay ransom to secure the release of their loved ones. Abdullahi Amadi met some poultry farmers in Katsina State and now reports.
Besides providing meat and eggs to the people, poultry farming is a major employer of labor not only in Katsina State but in Nigeria as a whole. But the industry is one of the most endangered businesses grossly affected by activities of terrorists. These farms are among hundreds that remained closed for the past 3 years in Katsina State.
Those with the alternative, definitely they have switched to that business that they have as a second, as a alternative to poultry production. So that's the only way that we can survive. My own farm now is closed. So I put my staff on half salary. So I'm the one that pay them even though they are not working, in order for them to survive.
Over 40% of poultry farmers here have either been forced to abandon their farms for fear of attacks or have sold out their products for the payment of ransom. Similarly, thousands of workers in various poultry farms have lost their jobs, with many looking impoverished, tired and exhausted.
My business has been devastated. I can recall how in one night I lost 81 cows, 161 sheep and goats, as well as over 500 chickens and some camels to terrorists. Now I don't have anything except God. The burden on me is too much. There's little or nothing to take care of the education of my children and other basic needs.
They are saying they now live from hand to mouth just to put body and soul together, and they can no longer take care of the basic needs of their families. I can tell you, without any fear of contradiction, we are suffering. I was relieved from my work twice, but as God have it, I was employed here, receiving half of what I used to earn. I have no choice but to manage it. To remain in business, these farmers have had to relocate from insecurity-prone areas to places perceived as safer. However, is this option working? Look, since I transferred my poultry farm to this place, things have not been the same. Almost everything has changed. I am weighing some other options and see if it can work. But as it is, things are no longer at ease. The few that remain in the business are facing difficult times, coping with high cost of materials, feed, inflation, and market instability. The implication is that investments of poultry farmers are not protected, which is why they are calling on relevant authorities to secure the country and provide them with palliatives to enable them go back to business. Abdullahi Ismayamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
Hoodlums suspected to be kidnappers have invaded Agbedu Akpanya market in Igala Mela, Odolu local government area in Kogi State, killing one Johnson and abducting others. They are demanding the sum of 20 million naira as ransom for those kidnapped. It was gathered that the hoodlums in their large numbers stormed the market on Sunday at 2 p.m. and started shooting sporadically to scare the people in the market. Sources from some family members from the community hinted that the suspected gunmen have demanded a ransom of 20 million naira for the release of those in their custody. The Kogi State Police Public Relations Officer, William Aya, stated that it was a case of invasion in the market where one Johnson, who owns a shop, was killed and one Edwin was abducted along with many others in the market to an unknown destination. A federal high court in Abuja has sentenced a kidnapped kingpin, Hamisu Bala, also known as Wadume, and two others to 7 years imprisonment. Justice Binta Nyako convicted Wadume of 2 of the 13-count charges against him and 2 others. The court also convicted Aliu Daje, a police inspector who was the station officer at the police headquarters at Ibi local government area of Taraba State, to 3 years imprisonment for tampering with the record to conceal a crime. Beside Wadume and Daje, others charged with them are Awalu Bala, a.k.a. Omorezo, Uba Bala, a.k.a. Uba Delu, Bashir Waziri, a.k.a. Baba Rons, Zubairu Abdullahi, a.k.a. Basho, and Rayanu Abdul. The judge also sentenced Delu, Abdullahi, and Abdul to 7 years imprisonment, while she discharged and acquitted Omorezo and Baba Rons for want of evidence. Justice Nyako's judgment was delivered on July 22nd and made available to journalists on Sunday. The General Secretary of the Nigerian Bar Association, Joyce Odua, has been suspended with immediate effect by the National Executive Committee, NBA NEC. The NBA NEC said on Monday that the suspension was due to acts of grave and gross misconduct committed by the General Secretary. The suspended General Secretary had written on Sunday stating that her actions were meant to protect the NBA Constitution. She is accused of disobeying the directive of the President and the NBA NEC by issuing and circulating the notice of proposed amendments on 25th of July 2022, pursuant to Section 25, subsection 1 of the Constitution. The Osun State Independent Electoral Commission has fixed 15th of October 2022 for local government elections in the state. The chairman of the commission, Segun Oladitan, disclosed this at a press conference in Osogbo, the state capital. Hamid Oegbade completes the story.
The last local government election in Osun State was held in January 2018. It was conducted based on a parliamentary system of government. The main opposition party in the state, People's Democratic Party, kicked against the parliamentary system and insisted the presidential system. The Osun State House of Assembly later repealed the laws on local government elections in the state. The Assembly recently enacted the new Osun State Independent Electoral Commission Law 2022, which has been assented to by Governor Adegboyega Oyetola. The chairman of the Osun State Independent Electoral Commission, Segun Oladitan, on Monday said the state has returned to the presidential system of government, adding that the October 15, 2022 local government election in the state will be based on the presidential system. Oladitan, who said the coast is clear for the commission to conduct local government elections, informed that the commission has been making necessary contacts with relevant stakeholders and carrying out in-house preparations for the conduct of the elections. He assured that the election would be free, fair, and acceptable.
the personal integrity of the people who are conducting the elections are involved. And I can assure the people of Osun that I am going to follow the oath I have taken. And the oath I have taken is that I should conduct the election fair, free, transparent, and credible. And by the grace of God, we shall achieve that. Thank you so much.
Chairman of the New Nigeria's People's Party, Odeyemi Oluwatosin, said the commission had given adequate notice to political parties, adding that the NNPP will partake in the election.
I told my colleagues, I refer them back to letters we've received from OSEC before the COVID. If we have to look at it, OSEC has given us over 500 days notice. And the letter they sent to us then was not countered. So we are set to go in for the election. It is time to show our work at the grassroots level. If you cannot click from the top, we will get to know our work from the grassroots.
The chairman of Boots Party in the state, Adesoji Mashilo, also affirmed that his party is ready to participate in the elections.
I'm very more comfortable that we are going to return to the presidential system of government, which will give we politicians more opportunities to hold more offices. It will boost our economy too. So we are much comfortable, provided if the election is going to be free and fair election, and which I believe they will do.
And now to electoral matters proper. As the 2023 general elections draw nearer, the need for Nigerian youths to throw their weight behind a candidate that will address the issues bedeviling the nation has continued to dominate discourse around the country. In this report, Adamu Imam from Bauchi spoke with some youths on issues that will likely determine who will get their support. The report.
According to the reports, the Nigerian youth occupy a significant percentage of the population, an advantage that can be leveraged on to decide the leadership of the country. But they are yet to harness this potential through the ballot. Muhammad Sani is one of the stakeholders who talked about issues the youth should consider before casting their votes for a particular candidate.
I can say a leader that doesn't look at the welfare of his people. People are suffering hunger, a lack of amenities, businesses, and whatever. Is what makes Nigeria to be in this critical condition now. So injustice is a vast thing, which a little time will not permit me to mention all the problem that is under this injustice. But in brief, if our leaders will help our youth to put them through, inshallah, Nigeria will be a great country in the world.
He also lamented how some youths have become tools for politicians in Nigeria.
The predominant population of Nigerians are youth, and youth are facing many problems because they are the ones that engage themselves in several bad activities, especially banditry, robbery, and whatever. So I think what causes this is lack of good leadership.
Others say although youths have challenges, their contribution in politics cannot be unnoticed.
If you can now look the situation, we need an immediate aid, because there are so many things that we felt in our life that will give us an assistance to get an improvement.
While some elders are optimistic that the youth will make a great impact in the next general elections, Ado Dauda has a contrary view.
A lot of politicians have been deceiving our youth. They are not really helping matters. The kind of empowerment, that there's no any empowerment among the youth. Yeah, most of our youth are very jobless now. Most of them, they have certificate. Most of them, they are degree holder, they are HND, but they are at home doing nothing. So their impression, if they were able to get their leader, their credible leader, I think that is the reason why they are ready to go and vote for somebody that will help them and get engaged.
However, current political gatherings at different occasions in the country continue to point to the fact that whether good or bad, youth will swear the outcome of 2023 general elections. Adamu Imam, Trust TV News. Bauchi.
In a similar vein, youths have been urged to actively participate in the 2023 general elections to ensure that a better Nigeria emerges come 2023. Concerned Nigerians who made the call while speaking to newsmen said, as the backbone of any nation, their physical and intellectual capacities are of utmost importance, matter to the growth of a developing nation such as Nigeria. They added that the youth should be willing to engage the government at all levels and seek accountability.
They failed the youth. They didn't keep to their statement, to the promise they promised us. APC became worse. The youths are now looking for another alternative because we have tried our PDP for 16 years and the APC for 8 years. All the promise of APC that PDP did this to us, they are going to correct, do the correction. No one they have done. And the youth are not smiling. People are now looking for any other platform that they can choose a better leader. Now the youth are clamoring that we no longer need parties. Party is just a vehicle that we vote people now.
The youth is the fulcrum of a society. The youth is the pillar of a society, and society can only thrive if the youth are given their energy in a positive way.
A nation that does not train its human resources, that does not train our youth, is a nation that has no place to go. It's a nation that has nowhere to move down to. It's a nation that the economic, politically, even military might, it is nothing, because no way they can be able to be having a kind of ability to be able to design, to think, and to further harness better things to be able to develop the nation.
You should be an advocate of peace. You should also join in fighting this insecurity we're talking about. As a youth, the vibrant nature of every youth is the most potent and powerful force for national development. So I believe as a youth, you can achieve anything you want to achieve.
The youths are now heading towards politics, and we are seeing futures for Nigeria. And this thing, because the elderly ones have caused former Biafra war, and another war is about to happen. The youth are not just sitting down to fold their hands. They want to come and play politics also.
Now, 2 persons have died and 5 others injured in a road accident along Onitsha-Awka Expressway in Anambra State. The accident occurred on Sunday night, the Federal Road Safety Corps said. The FRSC route commander for Awka, Margaret Onabe, said that the accident involved an articulated truck and commercial bus. Onabe blamed the accident on road obstruction and excessive speed on the part of both drivers of the vehicles. You're watching the News Hour on Trust Television. Coming up shortly, we'll take a look at how banditry affects poultry farming. Details of this and more after the break.
With me today is the Governor of Kano State, His Excellency Dr. Umar Abdullahi Ganduji.
First of all, I have to congratulate you, the Media Trust, that has given birth to the Daily Trust, and now the Media Trust is giving another birth to Trust TV.
My guest today is the Executive Governor of Plateau State, His Excellency Simon Bako Lalong.
Thank you very much, and also opportunity, and I congratulate you for introducing the television because Daily Trust has always been my people.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Thank you.
As the 2023 elections draw near, remember, Evil prospers when good men and women only wish for peace, but never take a step to make peaceful elections happen. Are you a father? Are you a mother? What are you saying to your children as elections approach? Have you warned them not to let themselves be used to cause violence? Have you explained to them what the consequences of electoral violence might be? Do your part to make peaceful elections happen. Talk to your children. Protect them from unscrupulous politicians who want to put them in harm's way, while their own children are comfortable at home, within and outside the country. Let's join hands to make 2023 elections peaceful. This message is from the National Orientation Agency, NOAA.
Welcome back. You're watching the News Hour on Trust Television. Here's a recap of our top stories. Choosing eateries and restaurants in difficult times. 3 months to end of his tenure, Osun State Governor announces local council's election in 2 months. In other news, Nasarawa State Wing of the Nigeria Labour Congress has debunked a viral report which alleged that the state government is owing workers' salary and wages of between 6 months and more. The state NLC chairman, Yusuf Iya, who debunked the alleged non-payment of salary and wages for civil servants by a survey organization, Sub-National Salary Bureau, at a media parley. The NLC chairman said that the workers in the state are not even aware of any survey conducted on civil servants by any organization in the state. He explained that since the inception of the current administration, workers, including retirees, have never been owed salary for any month.
Of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Nasarawa State, who are the representatives of the workers in the state, hereby debunk, condemn, and describe the report as false, a fallacy, malicious, concocted, and baseless. I wish to state here that since the inception of this administration of Engineer Abdullahi A. Sule, both state and local government workers, including retirees, have never been in arrears, even for a month of their wages.
Now, mentorship, advocacy, and public enlightenment have been described as effective strategies to increase girls' enrollment in schools in Sokoto State. These submissions were made by the chairman of School-Based Management Committee, SBMC, of Achida and Wurno Primary Schools in Wurno local government area of the state. During a visit by some journalists to appraise the promotion of girl-child education in the area. The report.
The importance of girls' education in any nation cannot be overemphasized as it translates to better health for the future generations, halt early marriages, reduces poverty and social disparities. Therefore, educating a girl has a tremendous impact on the development of a stable and prosperous nation. It is against these and other reasons that the Sokoto State government is determined to boost girls' enrollment in schools. The visit by some journalists to schools in Wurno local government area of the state was to assess the impact of Girls' Education Project, GEP3, and to identify challenges that are hindering the promotion and enrollment of girls in schools, especially in northern part of the country. The visit is also an avenue for journalists to understand the GEP3 project so that they can assist in giving accurate information to stakeholders through their reportage to tackle the girl-child enrollment challenges. Chairman of the School-Based Management Committee, SBMC, Wurno Town Primary School, Ladan Wurno, said the global body's intervention is helping a great deal in enhancing the enrollment of girls in schools.
School enrollment here and all other schools are very low. But the interventions and the mobilizations of the SVMC, the community, with the assistance of traditional rulers and the religious leaders, we are able to attend to the population, the enrollments figure we have now. Before we are about 1,500, and now we have about 2,168.
Civil advocacy, district traditional rulers, organizing competition or quiz competition. These are the ways we follow, and we have now succeeded in getting the number of bookies enrolled into our school.
The gap on girls' education between the North and South-South is wide, according to the 2017 Multiple Indicator Cluster Survey. A girl from the North has a 24% chance of enrolling in primary school and a 9% chance of enrolling in secondary school, unlike her counterpart from the South-South region, who has 87% and 79% chance, respectively.
The Nigeria Center for Disease Control has reported 60 new suspected cases of monkeypox in its latest situation report, covering August 1 to August 7 in 18 states of the Federation and Federal Capital Territory. In its epidemiological report made available to the newsmen on Monday in Abuja, the center stated that in the same week, the country recorded 15 confirmed new cases. The NCDC listed the affected states as Ebonyi, FCT, Abia, Adamawa, Ondo, Taraba, Imo, and Lagos. Others are Ogun, Edo, Anambra, Gombe, Kwara, Rivers, Cross River, Oyo, Kano, Nasarawa, and Niger State. The center added that the breakdown of the 15 additional confirmed cases, Imo topped with 3 cases, followed by the FCT with 2, Ondo with 2, and Rivers, Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Edo, Ogun, and Nasarawa states with 1 case each. In a similar vein, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control has confirmed 13 additional new cases of Lassa fever from 5 states. The cases, which were recorded in the last 7 days, came from Ondo, Edo, Kogi, Ebonyi, and Imo states. The NCDC, in its epidemiological report made available on Monday, said that since the beginning of 2022, 70% of infections had come from Ondo with 31%, Edo with 26%, and Bauchi with 13%. The Public Health Agency said that the country had recorded 165 deaths in 17 states. Gombe State Executive Council has reopened 7 out of the 17 private health institutions that were closed in June for operating below standard. Speaking after the State Executive Council meeting at the Gombe State Government House on Monday, the Commissioner of Justice, Zubairu Muhammad, said only 7 private institutions are qualified to offer health courses to students. Ibrahim Ismail reports.
In May 2022, Gombe State government ordered the shutdown of all privately owned health institutions for operating below standards and constituted a committee to investigate the matter. 3 months after, the committee said 7 out of the 17 health institutions have met the requirement to operate, train, and certify health workers in Gombe State.
The committee became satisfied with the accreditation and the status of 7 of the institutions. 7 of the institutions were found to be worthy of running the courses they were found to be running. And these institutions are Fountain College of Health Science and Technology, Tufure, Conformance College of Health Science and Technology, Bilili, Galkua College of Health Science and Technology, Gombe, Lamido School of Hygiene, Liji, Umma College of Health and Science and Technology, Duku International College of Health Science and Technology, Harun Rashid College of Health Science and Technology, Duku. These 7 have been found to be working and operating within the purview of the law.
The State Ministry of Health said the measure is to checkmate quackery and uphold professionalism in the health sector in Gombe State.
Not places that will train students to qualify and work for us in health institutions. And these major areas are the issue of accreditation with regulatory bodies, the issue of provision of standard structures, meaning classrooms, laboratories, provision of demonstration rooms, provision of clinics, demonstration clinics, provision of library and e-library.
The Gombe State Executive Council also approved for the construction of roads in the state. From Gombe, Ibrahim Ismail, reporting for Trust TV.
Farmers in Kano State say that the high cost of fertilizer may likely worsen the problem of food availability in Nigeria this year. Trust TV correspondent Idris Jibrin, who visits some farming communities in Kano, reports that farmers say that they can no longer apply fertilizer as the price is beyond their reach. His report.
Farming season is here again. Garba Kura and many other farmers are utilizing this moment. But this year the price of fertilizer is high and more bad news awaits.
Our major problem is fertilizer. That is our major problem. Because few years back, we do buy this fertilizer at 4,000 naira. But just yesterday, it has reached 24,000 naira per bag of urea, which is the lowest brand in terms of price.
According to these farmers, the high cost of fertilizer this year will seriously affect productivity this farming season.
If you look at fertilizer alone, the challenges in buying it is a serious issue. Before now, a bag of fertilizer is sold at 20,000 naira, then to 21,000 naira, and we have to buy it at 24,000 naira before you buy one bag of urea. Therefore, who do you think this problem will affect if not the ordinary citizen?
Across many farming communities in Kano, farmers say they cannot afford to apply fertilizer as they used to, and that their crops may not have proper yield.
The problem is from the government, because government is the only one that can control price. But it appears the government is lying to us when they say they want to improve agriculture. For God's sake, a bag of fertilizer that is sold at 4,000 naira is now 24,000 naira. Where can we put ourselves?
According to many farmers, unless the price of fertilizer is subsidized in such a way that they can be able to buy it, the future of farming activities in many parts of Nigeria will soon become a history. Idris Jibrin, Trust TV News, Kano.
The types of food consumed by the different classes of society vary based on the prices of delicacies in restaurants and eateries. Prices vary based on the quality, quantity, varieties and ambience of the eateries where the food is served. Our reporter visited some eateries and restaurants within Abuja. This is what he found out.
The division between the rich, middle and low class is reality in every society. Though there are points of convergence, the differences in clothing, vehicles, grooming and social interaction clearly situate each class within their comfort zones. These differences even define place people eat. Restaurants and eateries that people in different classes patronize are defined by serenity of the environment, nature of food, and prices.
Well, we sell different kinds of food, the likes of
local dishes and snacks, basically. And we also take special orders. Yeah, so the likes of snacks, we have shawarma at the pizza spot. We have burger, different kinds. It could be beef, it could be Caesar salad, it could be chicken, you know, just on your own specification. And the price for our shawarma is 1.5, you know, with sausage 1.8. But because of the current prices of things in the country, you know, just to keep our business running, we decided to do a little top-up on some of our prices. And it's fair enough because the price we added is just 200 naira at least, so that is just to enable us continue in business and also to satisfy our customers.
White rice jollof, 2 rice semo, wheat, and we are selling also pepper soup. Our food price is 500 naira per plate, but our pepper soup is 1.5. We say dry fish, fresh fish, intestinal chicken. All we are selling them here.
Then we used to sell food here. We have tuwon shinkafa, we have mai, then we have rice. Then we used to sell mai 15 naira. Then we used to sell tuwon shinkafa 100 naira. White rice plate is 250.
Even where there are differences, there are places of convergence like New Fat in Abuja and the springing up of Amala Joint where all social classes converge. Musa Luka, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Individuals must collaborate with law enforcement agents to secure lives and property. The Directorate of Road Traffic Services, otherwise known as VIO, is therefore seeking the cooperation of residents of the Federal Capital Territory in order to reduce the number of road accidents, especially during this rainy season. Kabir Lawal reports.
Motorists in the Federal Capital Territory are notorious rule breakers. With the rains, there is more need to adhere to the traffic rules and regulations to avoid accident. The Directorate of Road Traffic Services is warning that motorists caught making calls while driving will be charged 2,500 naira.
When you are apprehended making call, you are made to pay the sum of 2,500 naira. It's not the 2,500 that matters. You are expected to go to a bank and pay it. And when your vehicle is taken away from you, that thing you had in mind you were going, you will not go. The time that will be taken from you, you talk about man-hour. You are supposed to have used that time to do one thing or the other that is meaningful to you.
In the last 3 weeks, over 1,500 motorbikes have been impounded. 500 of these bikes are set to be crushed after an order of forfeiture is obtained from the law courts in accordance with the traffic rules and regulations. The Directorate believes that movement of vehicles, motorcycles and pedestrians must protect lives and property.
The primary function of every government is to protect lives and property. A situation where there is loss of life in every government, people ask questions. And people see that the government is not meeting up its primary responsibility. And on our part, in the Directorate of Road Traffic Services, we monitor the roads and ensure that there is less carnage on the roads.
But why is the Directorate going after the bikes? The simple reason is a standing 2006 government policy that directs that all motorcycles should not be found in the city.
We are making sure that any motorbike, any motorcycle that is found within the city center is impounded. And when it's impounded, it is not released to the owner again. What the administration does is to obtain order of forfeiture from a competent court. And when that is done, it becomes government property.
Beyond the clampdown of motorcycles, all those that will violate traffic rules are being put on notice that they will be punished irrespective of status. Kabir Lawal, Trust TV News, Abuja.
We'll now take a quick break. The news hour continues shortly. Join us again.
Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Welcome back. You're watching the news hour on Trust Television. Now, moving on, officers and men of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, in Imo State have declared war against perpetrators of oil theft. The commandant, Matthew Ovie, alongside other officers and men of the command, paraded suspects of oil theft apprehended in their recent operations. The arrested criminals were conveying illegal petroleum products from rivers en route Enugu before their arrest in Owerri, the Imo State capital.
Use the sawdust at the end of the lorry. So if you are not careful and you don't know, you will think it's sawdust. But because our men who are trained for this, they knew it and intercepted, and we discover is a very huge quantity of AGO in the truck, caravan car. We have sustained monitoring, and they too, they will not give up and will not rest until they are eliminated completely from the system. They should stop this business. They should stop because it is affecting the economy of the country. They should leave it. They should seek for other business doing, not to go into this criminal act of sabotaging government effort.
I'm a motor boy. My driver is here, so we carry it. The owner of the truck asked us to go and carry the product for somebody at Port Harcourt that is coming to Enugu. That's how they loaded it for us. And we reached Owerri by control post. We were arrested.
Nigeria is on the verge of realizing its dream of total switchover from analog to digital broadcasting after missing consecutive deadlines. Trust TV's Shafiu Suleiman reports that the signing of Memorandum of Understanding between Integrated Television Services and NTA StarTimes is described as a game changer in the efforts to digitize the broadcast landscape. His report.
It's a historic and deliberate effort by the current administration to deliver on the much-awaited digital switchover, which the country failed to achieve in 2012, 2015 and 2017.
Despite the huge challenges we have faced on DSOs with pilot launch in Jos Plateau State on the 30th of April 2016, we have managed nonetheless to roll out in 6 other states and the Federal Capital Territory. The states being Kaduna, Kwara, Enugu, Osun, Lagos and Kano states.
Now is the global economic errors happening. So every party faced a big challenge, including us. So I hope we can work together like brothers, so face the challenge in the future.
Stakeholders in the broadcast industry are now upbeat that the signing of the MOU will fast-track the DSO delivery, which has potentials of enhancing media content, creating jobs, widening choices amongst others.
The digital revolution will create wealth opportunities for our teeming youth through the set-top box manufacturing and distribution value chain, and furthers our drive for national digital economy.
I would like to thank all stakeholders and also ask them to also key in this notable and laudable program so that the DSO will succeed.
Under the current arrangement, ITS, which is the signal distributor, will use the NTA star structure and facility to push 70% digital terrestrial television DTT and 30% direct-to-homes DTH signals, with a target of covering over 30 million TV households. This event will pave the way for an interface in coming weeks between National Broadcasting Commission (NBC) and critical stakeholders to decide on a deadline for the final analog signal switch-off in the country. Shapir Suleiman, Trust TV News, Abuja.
We'll now take some more updates on business put together by Chamong Dabeng.
The National Bureau of Statistics (NBS) on Monday released its latest consumer price index for the month of July. Nigeria's inflation rate has risen from 18.6% to 19.64%, indicating a 1.82% month-on-month increase. The latest CPI figure is the highest since September of 2005, when it rose to 24.32%. According to NBS, the highest increases were recorded in prices of gas, liquid fuel, solid fuel, passenger transport by road, passenger transport by air, garments, cleaning, repair, and hire of clothing. Once more, smugglers were caught and about 478 jerrycans filled with premium motor spirits, often known as gasoline, were detained and seized by the Nigerian Customs Service (NCS) Kebbi State Command. This was disclosed in a statement released on Monday and signed by the command's public relations officer, Nasiru Manga. Comptroller Joseph Atta, the Customs Area Controller for the Kebbi Area Command, reaffirmed the command's commitment to closely monitoring all of its waterways, particularly during the rainy season, in order to prevent the smuggling of goods like PMS, rice, used clothing, and other items that could endanger national security and the economy. He also urged the border communities to share pertinent information that could help stop smuggling activities in the state. With tallies assessed across multiple firms indicating that the new issuances may be oversubscribed, investment firms ramped up efforts at pre-auction marketing of the new issuances. In the previous 2 months, the government issued bonds to raise more than 450 billion naira from the domestic capital market. By reopening 3 previously issued mid to long-term bonds, the government planned to raise 225 billion naira, according to a prospectus released by the Debt Management Office DMO. One of the bonds that is being reopened is the 10.03% 10-year bond, which matures in March 2025, along with the 10-year 12.5% bond that matures in April 2032. A 20-year bond with a 20-year starting coupon and a January 2042 maturity date are also being reopened. The bond's prior stop rates were 11, 12, and 13.75% respectively.
That's all for business news. I am Chamun Dabeng.
Now, away from Nigeria, William Ruto has won the race to be the 5th president of Kenya, according to results announced by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. Ruto led a tight presidential race against opposition leader Raila Odinga. It was a narrow margin of victory, with Ruto winning a little more than 7 million votes and Odinga securing a little less than 7 million, the IEBC said. Chaos emerged just before the declaration when the Electoral Commission's vice chair and 3 other commissioners told journalists they could not support the opaque nature of the final phase.
It is a wonderful evening, and I want to thank God that we are here this evening to witness this momentous occasion as the people of Kenya restate what is in Article 1 of the Constitution of Kenya, that all sovereign power belong to the people of Kenya. I want to thank God for getting us to this point. I want to thank God that today we have concluded this election. I know that there were predictions that I won't get to the ballot. There were predictions that we won't get here. But because there is a God in heaven, we are here. And I want to, in a very special way, say and confess that without God, we wouldn't have been here.
The death toll from an explosion at a bustling shopping market in the Armenian capital, Yerevan, rose to 5 on Monday. 4 women and 1 man died. Over 60 were injured and 19 were missing after Sunday's blast at Surmalu Wholesale Market, the Ministry of Emergency Situations said. Search and rescue operations were carried out overnight with 10 survivors and 1 body pulled from the rubble. The explosion caused a fire and led to the collapse of a building. The cause has not yet been established, but local news reports citing witnesses said the explosion went off at a place that stored fireworks. Let's now take a look at sports updates put together by Adeni Ajishafe.
Nigeria won 4 medals in Ladies Kumite, Veterans Kumite, Qatar with gold, silver and 2 bronze medals at World Shotokan Karate Do Federation Championship in Tokyo, Japan. Ujunwa Nwankwo won gold in the open women category and bronze in the 68-kilogram category. She retained the title she won in 2019 at the same venue after defeating Kelly Amaris from Panama. On her way to the final, Ujunwa Nwankwo dismissed Yamazaki Masami from Japan in a false fight and triumphed over Natalia Sofia from Mexico. Over 30 countries participated in the competition in Japan. And in gymnastics, an impressive performance from Nigerian gymnasts at the ongoing African Gymnastics Club Championship in Centurion, South Africa, has earned the team 5 gold, 1 silver and a bronze medal. President of Tony International Gymnastics Club, Anthony Asuko, says the team has put up an impressive performance despite the challenges of getting to South Africa on time due to delay in visa approval and flight arrangement, which made the team miss one event that knocked the only boy out of the 10 athletes that left Nigeria. Gymnasts who won medals for Nigeria at the event from age 6 to 12 years include Stephanie Onusiruka, gold, junior Olympic level, Harriet, gold level 4, Gbemisola Adebayo, gold level 5, Chiwendu Okpanko, gold level 5, Francisca Opanko, gold level 4. Sophia Awa, gold junior level 4. Esther Awa, 1 silver age group level 4. And Adela Adedeji, silver age group level 4. Team Nigeria, represented by Tony International Gymnastic Club, is participating in 4 events, namely vault, floors, bars, and beam. And in basketball, Nigerian Basketball Federation has invited 15 basketball players for the D Tigers team that will prosecute the qualifying matches in Window 4 of FIBA World Cup 2023 qualifiers slated for Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire in August 2022. Among the players are Michael Ogwene, UC Roegbo, Michael Okiki, George Okoge, Ike Nwamu, Kate Omora, Michael Binije, Chimeze Metu, and Abdul Malik Abu. Meanwhile, a key member of the Tigers, Jordan Nwora, will miss the forthcoming games and is busy negotiating a renewal of his contract with Milwaukee Bucks. The Tigers head coach Mike Brown is expected to take over the team from his assistants, who led the team to the 3rd qualifier window in Kigali, Rwanda. The Tigers will face host Cote d'Ivoire, Angola, and Guinea in Group E. The Tigers will begin the games against Cote d'Ivoire on Friday, the 26th of August, before meeting Guinea and Angola. Aji Shafe.
And that's a wrap on the News Hour. You can watch more via all our social media platforms and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. I am Ayuba Ile. Thank you for watching.